Hi, this is Ushio. Welcome back to Golden Treasure. Things have turned really weird. We're trying to learn some super cool stuff and we're getting stronger. Because if I look at this, yeah, our Earth got really strong, our fire and air is weak. But we are in some underground water caverns and we've found a school. And apparently, the school, you can't leave the school. So maybe we should do something. Let's observe. The School of Knowledge is a place fraught with both information and tension. The students survive and thrive by their ability to repeat the myriad lessons of the instructor, and so they obsessively repeat the instructor's song. At various points, the instructor falls asleep and the students are free to do what they will, but because of the threat of upcoming tests, much of the free time is spent going over what the instructor has previously sung. After tests, most of the content is quickly forgotten and replaced by new material to obsess over. Some of the information given to the instructor relates to the realm of nature, such as anatomy, and while a little of it is useful, most of it just applies long names to very specific parts of the body to which you can already refer in much simpler terms. Other times, the information relates to the study of numbers. The basics, such as addition and division, are indeed useful, but these are studied only briefly. Most of the student's time is spent memorizing complex theorems and operations, which you are quite certain the vast majority will never put to any practical use. In fact, only rarely do the learners apply any facts which they are constantly given in their lessons. When you point this out, they are surprisingly undismayed. Do we not know much more than others? And is not knowledge the root of wisdom? One son, it shall be useful, surely. And besides, in this cavern, our success will be guaranteed. If we can survive enough tests, better to hone one's mind than to rely on one's body for safety. You do notice that more survive here than in the Great Blue by far. Okay, so what do we do? Let's talk to the instructor. The instructor is usually either lecturing or sleeping, but he managed to get in a question. Who is it? What's it doing? I am known as Pedantus. I was once a simple, flat hulk waterbound sibling of 300 million spawned by my birth apparent one son. My existence was filled with hardship and danger until the wise one chose me and opened my mind to the beauty of facts, of hard, unbiased knowledge. My newfound ability to retain these facts may be useful to the Wise One. Now I distribute my knowledge generously to all who would hear it. These are the principles of my school of knowledge. First, that only verifiable, quantitative and unbiased information constitutes fact. Second, the facts are the basis of knowledge. Third, that knowledge is the basis of wisdom. You ask whether the theorems and combinations of numbers and sigils and labels serve a purpose. Of course they do. Who knows when knowledge of how to calculate the length of the longest leg of the triangle from the lengths of the other two legs might save one's life? What? Or when knowing the names of the tiny bones within one's nose may bring one success? But even beyond the facts themselves, what I teach is a better way, a way in which beings are judged on the basis of mind rather than their body. From this shall flow a new future, one in which brute force shall become obsolete and facts shall reign supreme. Perhaps in time one may solve the hidden equation, and shall be ease and blessedness forever. But even if one does not, recreate by this new way a more correct and placid earth, where mystery lies dead, and all rest in the embrace of certainty. You refrain from pointing out that its way does not seem to be affecting anything at all outside of this small cavern. I mean, ask for its blessing or leave? Shall we take a lesson? I mean, knowledge can be good to a point, and if it gives us a little bit of a boost, let's do it. This particular lesson is based on something called roots, which actually has nothing to do with trees, as you discover. Apparently a root is a number which when multiplied by itself gives another number, of which the first number is considered the root. The instructor then proceeds to address the unasked question of whether the root of the number 2 can be expressed as a fraction, and that is as the ratio of any two whole numbers. If the root of 2 could be expressed as a ratio when the number 2 would be equal to multiplied by a over b, multiplied by, oh my god, no. The fact that none of the students seem to truly comprehend the reasoning or significance of this, or even care about it for its own sake, does not stop the instructor from doing the exact same thing all over again, with another unasked question, and another, and another. In the end, a test is given in which the students are required to repeat various facts and principles. Those who repeat them well are rewarded with food. Those who do poorly become food. Wow. Can Can I get your blessing, please? Pedantus the instructor at first ignores your request. It is waxing eloquent on the relationship between certain parts of a non-existent theoretical circle, and when it finishes, it responds slowly. Only through a sacred test can my blessing be earned, and since you are not of the school of knowledge, we shall begin with a basic test of number. What? Add 6 to 11 and subtract 8. What is the result? Okay, add 6 to 11 is 17, subtract 8 is 9. Good. Multiply 4 by 7, add 5, subtract 11. What is the result? Oh, I'm doing this in my head. I should get a calculator or something. 4 by 7 is 28. 28 minus 5 is 23. Oh, plus. 28 plus 5, 33. So we're talking 22. Multiply 9 by 7, subtract 7, subtract 4, add 4. Wow. Multiply 9 by 7, so 9 times 7 is 63. 63 minus 7 is 56. 56, 52, 56 again. What? Subtract 8 from 11, add 5, multiply by 6, subtract 8. What is the result? How long are these going to go for? Can I just eat this guy and be done? Oh, time's running out. I didn't... Okay. Subtract 8 from 11 is 2. 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 42 minus 8. Oh, fuck. Ah. No, just let time run out. I don't care. Incorrect. Study the sacred mysteries of number. Try again. I mean, I'm leaving. I've had enough, I think, so... I'm gone. So, let's just go this way. And there went a day. We are going to starve down here if we're not too careful. Can we escape, please? It's time to go. We want to learn something actually useful. Okay, so let's go somewhere. This way? I'm just clicking random stuff. I don't know if it's a genuine map or if it's sort of randomized. Who are you? Some kind of big old fishy fish. You come to a sandy shallow pool inhabited by a strange waterbound relic of a bygone era. It's surrounded by smaller beings who listen to it intently. And lo, the greatest being was filled with wrath for those who dared to defy the law. And it spoke, "If thou lovest the surface so greatly, then there shalt thou abide forever." Then unwillingly they shed their scales, which fell like sand to the bottom of the great blue and wasted away, and perished, floating upward into the accursed air. And this holy miracle, in which the loving and merciful greatest being killed all who disagreed with it, it was a sign of the law, "Thou shalt not approach the surface." But those who kept the law, and did as they were commanded by the great being, and did not approach the surface, were blessed with much food and many eggs. Was it lo kilo kilo? Lo kilo kilo, reply the listeners with joy. The original speaker then addresses you. Welcome to the School of Faith. I am Keeper 1, instructor of the school. No doubt you are dismayed by the false doctrines of the so-called schools. Here, at the last path to true wisdom shall be revealed in the form of unquestionably correct tradition. You are, of course, familiar with the concept of tradition, but this does not seem to be tradition which you know, and when you ask for more information, the instructor responds. The basic principles of the School of Faith are simple and elegant. According to the unquestionably correct tradition, which has never been and never will be wrong, there is a relatively simple set of principles by which all beings must live. The core of the tradition is the 5 great laws, which were given by the greatest being to our ancestors long ago, and they're as follows. 1 must never harm others, unless they've broken a law. 1 must never approach the surface. 1 must share what one has, if one has more than enough. 1 must eat nothing which contains the colour yellow, and 1 must have faith. Now, following these primary laws, and the hundreds of smaller laws which proceed from them, has granted us prosperity and happiness. Wisdom is defined as the adherence to the tradition at all times and in all places. If one keeps the laws, then one will never know fear nor doubt, and when one's body is destroyed, the greatest being will grant one life unending in the starry ocean above. Okay, I think I'm kind of getting to grips with what these are, like all kind of temptations, and they're kind of drawing you away from your path as being a dragon. So humble yourself and ask for some food. I mean, I'm doing okay for food. I think I'm done. Let's observe and then think we'll go. This is certainly an unusual community of good beasts. They greet each other in the name of the greatest being and are careful not to do harm to others. A feeling of solidarity, kinship and optimism pervades the entire pool, even if untrue. Their belief that those who have gone before them are watching them from above, and it tends to modify their behaviour in constructive ways. When they encounter difficulty, they often interpret it as a test, which reinforces their beliefs and encourages them to act in their best interests of all, rather than merely themselves, and helps them feel as though a greater being cares for them and watches over them personally and in all circumstances. Excessive materialism is almost unknown, and they freely give to each other when in need. They do not worry about changing circumstances, sure in the knowledge that they are keeping the laws of the greatest being and are protected by its power. There do seem to be a few drawbacks to the system. There are a number of delicious things which could be said to be yellow in some way, and they deprive themselves of such things simply because the law commands it, though no reasons are given. When the law is broken, even accidentally, the response can be quite violent. So long as the offender continues to profess faith and attempts to adhere to the laws, forgiveness is easy to learn. However, those who openly question the laws themselves, the nature of the stars above, or the existence of the great beings, are summarily banished from the school. Some make it to other schools, though many are destroyed by the monitors. By and large, however, this is the happiest and most stable community you have encountered. If you are not bound by the way of the Drac, you might be tempted to join merely for the sense of support and the unity it affords, even knowing that it is based upon factual mistruths. Following these primary laws, and the hundreds of smaller laws which precede them, have granted us prosperity and happiness. Wisdom is defined as adherence to tradition at all times and in all places. If one keeps the laws, then one will never know fear nor doubt. We've done this before, I'm sure. Okay, it's time to go. There's so much here, but we know that this is not the path of the dragon. So I think it's time to go. We are definitely leaving this place. So let's go this way. Unschooled. Okay. Subtract 4 from 7. Multiply by 10. Add 5. Subtract 7. What is the result? Subtract 4 from 7 is 3. By 30. 35. 35 minus 7 is 28. Correct. Let's keep going. Natural movement is discouraged. Is there actually an end point to this though? I'm kind of worried. Let's just keep going. Hopefully we're not going to starve to death. I don't know what we can learn from this. I just want to get out now. We've been stuck down here for quite a long time. What is this the same guy? Who are you? You come to is this the same guy that we just spoke to? It is. This is not good. This is not good. Okay, I've looked at what I need to do. I'll keep getting lost because that's kind of by design. Apparently there are 4 schools. This is our second school, and we need to get the blessings of all these people, and then we can graduate. So let's ask for his blessings. I wish to bless you in the greatest being's name, but before I do, you must cleanse yourself. You have been observed not only approaching the surface, and even breaking through it on occasion. This is a grave violation of the law. You explain that not being waterbound, you cannot breathe in water, and must occasionally take in air from the surface. It's not a choice to break the law, but merely your intrinsic nature. Irrelevant. The law supersedes all logic and even nature. If you find true faith, you will be able to breathe water. All things are possible for the greatest being. As penance, you shall take the test of law. As all those who wish to join our school must, I shall question you, and you shall answer. What must one never approach? The surface? Which of the 5 great laws is that? Oh, I don't remember. No. The first? You still have more to learn. Study further, try again. Oh no. Following the primary laws, the hundreds of smaller laws which proceed. Okay, so we need to learn these laws. Okay. Ask again. Give me them laws. One must never harm others. Never approach the surface. That's law number 2. Sharing, yellow, faith. Wow, I need to get a screenshot of that or something. Okay, fine. Let's try again. Can I have your blessing, please? Let's have that test. Never approach the surface. That is law number 2. Which of these colours is not lawful to eat? What? Is it? Is Viridian yellow? Oh, shit. Let's try this again. So, never approach the surface. This is fine. That is the second law. You cannot eat... Is it chartreuse? Under what circumstances must something be shared with others? If one has surplus of it. The fifth law states that one must have... What was the fifth law? I don't... Oh, what? Okay, these guys are like super religious, aren't they? Keep going on about faith. Try that. Very good. You have learned our great way. I'll give you my blessing. May you carry the teachings of the unquestionably correct way to the ends of the earth. May we meet again in the starry ocean. Okay, good. So, let's keep exploring. So there's an actual hero on the internet who's put a map of this area up. So I'm using that, otherwise I probably would have given up. This is crazy. Okay, keep going. Here we are. There's an octopus. Yo, what's up? You arrive at a rocky pool containing an 8-limbed creature which seems to be guarding several piles of ordinary sand. Some creatures nearby are doing the same. Welcome, Draken. You have travelled far, but have at last arrived at our one true school. This is the School of Wealth, and I am instructor... Is it Pecunius? Our philosophy is embraced by all the world. Even the Draken live by our way, collecting many things to themselves. I currently possess exactly 2,076,438 objects. They are mine alone. So how many objects do you possess? You confess that, although you have many objects in your trove, it does not approach such a number. Oh, then joy indeed is mine today. I can call myself Pecunius, whose wealth is greater than even the Drac. Its many appendages squirm with pleasure, and when you inquire about where these millions of valuable objects are, it does reply. Right before your very snout, they are all grains of sand, and they are mine. What do you want to do? Let's observe. Sand itself seems to be the basis of all activity here. The focus is not on living beings, but rather the number of grains of sand which they possess. Every movement and interaction carries a price of sand, is traded for food, territory, entertainment, and mating opportunities. Some of the good beasts here have even forgotten how to hunt, having used sand to gain sustenance their whole lives. Some few have large quantities of sand, more than enough, but instead of enjoying it, they constantly seek more, finding new and more expensive things on which to spend it. In this sense, everyone seems to desire much more than what they actually have. The discovery of wealth has made everyone quite poor, and their dependence on others make them weak, as they now buy what they desire rather than actually win it. When an individual's pile diminishes, they wail in sorrow and become despondent, even though their ancestors and most currently living beings would never even care about it at all. Despite all of this, they routinely bless themselves for having created this system and sing about how this is the best possible way. It certainly does allow some who would not survive in the wilderness to thrive, but they are so focused on the cost of objects within the system that they do not perceive the cost of the system itself or the weakness that it brings. What do you want to do? I mean, let's have a listen, shall we? Why certainly, normally I would require a payment in sand, but the pleasure of instructing the mighty kin will be reward enough. The first principle of the school of wealth is this: only material things are real, only physical matter can truly be proven to exist, and matter is therefore sovereign. Once one disposes of all intangible and ephemeral ideas, one is easily led to the second principle. The purpose of existence is gathering of material possessions. Okay, so I need to learn these, don't I? I'm going to get tested. So lesson 1, only material things are real. Lesson 2, life is about getting those things. Having great material wealth affords one respect and security. I need to hardly lecture a Draken on this. In your own culture, mating opportunities are largely based on trove size, a commendable practice. And even lesser beings understand this. Birthers select givers who are of the greatest size, or have the best territory, or who demonstrate dominance over others. All these things are indications of material success, nothing more, nothing less. To most beings, success is measured by the collection of vast amounts of food stored in the body as fat. This is indeed a legitimate form of wealth, physical and inarguable, and more advanced beings, such as your own people, have moved beyond this and discovered the joy of possessions. Ah, possessions, what pleasure they bring! The Drak seek possessions with certain characteristics, loosely defined as treasure, but in truth, anything can be hoarded and anything can have value. Here at the School of Wealth, we have agreed that sand is valuable, and it has created a wonderful enlightened way. For a certain number of grains of sand, I can compel the beings here to do nearly anything. Wow, bringing food, cleansing parasites, even performance of songs and dances, everything has a price. Morality and ethics, which are non-existent falsehoods spread by the poor, have no place here, nor in the one song. Even tradition does not truly exist. I urge you to cast away all of these things which are impediments to finding success in the only way that matters. This is the essence of wisdom, to abandon the intangible and devote oneself to the fulfillment of one's material desires through wealth. What do you want to do? I mean, can I have your blessing, please? Everything has a price, O kin. My blessing, like everything else, can be bought with grains of sand. 10,000 grains, such is my price, and my blessing shall be given. I mean, spend 2 suns in the coven working for other belongings to earn what? Brave the passageways, I mean, ask its value of its own life. So, we are in good condition, but energy-wise, shall we do it? Or shall we threaten him? We are a dragon. Millions of grains, why do you ask? Point out that you are capable of destroying Pecunius and the entire cavern and suggest that it barter its blessing in exchange for you not doing so. Can we do that? I mean, shall we just threaten this guy? Yeah, let's do it. Pecunius blanches in the lightest shade of scarlet. How deeply unethical. I must admit, I expected better from a dragon. Do you not know that it's immoral to harm others when peaceful solutions exist? Wow, remind Pecunius that ethics and morality are intangible and non-existent concepts according to the School of Wealth. Pecunius fumes and writhes, and sings nothing. It knows it's been defeated. I give you my blessing then. Take it, and leave me in peace. I'm disappointed that you did not earn it through the principles of the School of Wealth. As you leave the cavern, however, you cannot help but feel that you have utilised the School of Wealth's philosophy to attain your goal quite well. That's it, our flame's gone up. Yeah. Okay, so that is 3 schools. I think we need to... Oh no, we didn't do the wealth? No, the maths one. We haven't done it, have we? Shit. Okay, back to the school with the sums. Here we are, we're back at the maths school. We need to learn this shit. Okay, so we've done all this before. We need to ask it for its blessing. Let's do these sums. I'll try and do it properly, and if I can't do it, I'm going to grab a calculator and we're going to do it that way. Here we go. Okay, so that's 12, isn't it? Multiply 4 by 6. Wow, that's... why? Wait. No, calculator time. Calculator time. 4 times 6 is 24. That's it. Add 11. Is that minus 10? Wow, I'm even slower with the calculator. 25. That's 11. 11 times 6 is 66. Take away 6 is 60. Subtract 9 is 51. I'm actually quicker in my head. Wow. Subtract 6 from 8, 2. Add 8, 10. Subtract 8, 2. Multiply by 8 is 16. Add 10 to 10 is 20. Subtract 8 is 12. Add 6 is 18. 18 by 7? What? That can't be right. That can't be right. No way. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do it. I'm stupid. No. Okay. Oh. That one caught me off guard. They've been pretty low numbers before that. Try again. Add 6 to 11. 17. Oh, it's just 11 again. 4 by 7 is 28. 38. 31. Subtract 6 from 9 is 3. Multiplied by 8 is 24? 24. 5 from 10 is 10. 55. 55 plus 11 is 66. 66 is 58. Okay, so it's 4 from 10 is 6. Times 9 is 54. 49. 59. 59 is 67? What is the result when one subtracts 9 from the other product of the root 60 and the sum of 8 and 7? I looked this up, it's 51. Your skill in the realm of number is recognised. You have my blessing. Relay my greetings to the wise one, and inform it that I continue my sacred charge of spreading knowledge to all. You take your leave, having proven yourself in the school of knowledge. You are not at all sure, however, that its theorems and facts have made you any wiser. Okay, let's get out of here. There is one more school that we need to go to. Okay, I looked up the route. It's right, right, left. So right, right, and then left. When you have that infinity sign, that's the restart point. So you have to go from there each time. Here we go. What's up? This shadowy crevasse features quite a few good beasts, mostly water-bound, living a plant-like existence. Each seems to have created a hole in the sound for itself, and there it remains, occasionally extending or retracting, but never leaving, none acknowledging your presence. When you introduce yourself as a young dragon who has come to learn the ways of wisdom from an instructor, the narrow one in the centre replies, "What is a dragon?" I mean, it's just simply what I am. The answer is empty of content. If I asked me what I am, and I answered I am myself, you would not at all be satisfied, and the intended question would remain unanswered. I ask again. I mean, give up. You do not know what you are, and cannot even define your own species. The same can be said for yourself as an individual, and for anything which you behold in this world. You have failed. Destroy him. Ask for it to define itself then. You are not an instructor, and I am not your student. You do not have the right to test me. I will, however, be indulgent. I have no definition, and am comfortable with this fact. Any applications of words or judgments to me would limit me, and so I reject them. However, I will note, for your sake, that my people are often called reachers, that I am sometimes labelled an instructor, and that others call this place the School of Emptiness. These are all labels, and as such are all false, but still, others use them. Okay, can I have your blessing, please, and get out of here? Who are you? I mean, I ain't saying nothing, 'cause this guy's a smart mouth. What is wisdom? There is no wisdom. What is life? I mean, there is no life. Yes, empty silence alone is accurate, and will never be proven wrong. You have my blessing. Doubtless, you now wish to put what you've learned into practice through abandoning all judgments and endeavours, and existing as minimally as possible, just as the rest of us are. Your body's too large for this chamber, however. Go, dig yourself a hole in another place, and occupy it passively. May you rest in with the emptiness. Okay. I mean, I guess that's cool. And I think, hopefully that we are done. Okay, apparently the route is right, left, so let's go right. There goes another day. We are starving to death. Okay, so that is right. You've interrupted my concentration. Okay, so that is right, left, right, and then left. Here we are. It's a manta ray. The stone-rimmed channels bring you before a vast living being. It is clearly water-bound in nature, though you have no idea what kind. You have never seen or heard of anything vaguely like it. At first you fear for being devoured, but then you sense its powerful yet gentle essence, and terror turns to awe. Its mind-song pours into you like molten shinestone. In the name of wisdom, and of the eternal deep, welcome. Imparting a mind the truth, this is the gate of graduation, through which all must pass to leave the schools and earn an audience with the wise one. For the purpose of clarification, and also to ascertain the aspirant's self-knowledge, have you received the blessings of all 4 instructors, thereby becoming ready for the test? I mean, yeah, I have. Your acceptance echoes through the dark water, and a long silence reigns. Then, out of the darkness, Pedantus, the instructor of the School of Knowledge, appears. Oh, this guy. Young one, you have received my blessing, and arrived at the gate of graduation. You have learned the importance of number and fact from my School of Knowledge. You have seen how a new way could be forged, in which information could be spread from one to many, and be used to measure one's worth. In time, facts shall be key to newfound powers and ways. Only those who know every detail can hope to understand the all. Will you join our school and devote yourself solely to the gathering of knowledge in all forms? Will you renounce your lair and search for treasure and the hunt and remain here, becoming a beacon of facts and facts alone? I mean, no. But why not? Is not my way great and perfect? What flaw is in my path? Knowledge alone is not wisdom. Okay, that is good. Pedantus fades away, and for a moment there is silence and darkness. Then that darkness, Keeper One swims into view. Blessings of the greatest being upon you, young Draken. You have received my blessing, and learned the sacred laws given by the greatest being. You have borne witness to our community of faith, and seen the harmony and peace which come from embracing the inarguably correct tradition. When our bodies are destroyed, we will surely live on in the great above, and look down upon others from the bright blue stars. I invite you now to take the final step and become one of us forever. If you will swear always to have faith in the great being and follow the true laws alone, then you can live without fear and doubt and have the support of others. Will you join our school and embrace faith above all other things? No. Why not? Why would you choose the difficult and lonely path of the dragon over the comfortable and supportive community of faith? What flaw is there to our path? Not the truth? Wow. Because the freedom to seek my own truth is more sacred than the servitude which you offer. Because I'm a dragon and we are imminent beings of power, forge our own path. Let's try... Yeah. I'll seek my own truth, thank you very much. Good. Another darkness, another silence. In the tumble of limbs, instead to... this guy appears, yeah. Greetings, dragon. You have made it to the gate of graduation, as I knew you would. Your ambition and power are worthy of your people. Now the time has come for you to join us permanently. We are in need of your strength, and you should become rich and powerful within our school of wealth. Imagine you will have such wealth as has never been seen. Other beings will rush to do your bidding, and never again will you have to hunt for a few hundred grains of sand. Others will bring for you food, or even become it. You will never have to concern yourself with empty beliefs or agonize over what may be. You can buy pleasure and security, and beyond these things there's no other meaning in life. Come now with me. I will even grant you a small starting amount of sand to begin your rise to wealth and success. Be huge and powerful among lesser beings, and give up the strife and hardship of the life that you have known. I mean, I don't think so. But why? You cannot deny that my way is the quickest to power and success and pleasure, and that holding sand among us would be easier than holding rarer things among the kin. I seek wisdom and truth over shallow matter, yes. Because some of the greatest treasures in life cannot be seen, touched or smelled. I do not wish for ease, because freedom is worth more than the wealth of the land. I mean, I seek wisdom and truth over shallow matter. That is air. Okay. Next up, greetings in the name of emptiness. From me you have learned a powerful truth that all things are empty. Beauty, ugliness, wisdom, ignorance, none of these things truly exist. They are all relative. All beings are all of them in comparison to certain others. Many search for a meaning of life, but the true meaning is only that there is no meaning. Your scrabbling for treasure, your desire to be strong, you will never have everything, and you will never be strong as sun or earth, no matter how hard you try. This cavern is large, dark, and peaceful. It will suffice. Embrace emptiness, and know only the true peace. Dig a hole for yourself here, and seize what drifts by, and give up all of the meaningless struggles of life, which bring only pain and delusion. Nope, I'm moving forward, buddy. But there is no forward. The very concept relies upon the idea that there is a right or wrong way to be, which is judgmental, inaccurate, and harmful to yourself and others. If you move forward from here, you will only be contributing to the morass of action, spinning about on a wheel of destruction and creation, achieving nothing which will not fade with time. What possible reason could you have to leave this place and continue your old life? Let's have a look. What flaw is there in the perfect way of emptiness? Okay, even if judgments are empty of true meaning, the realization should be liberating, not confining. A life is not empty, filled with possibilities. We are children of sun and earth, not the void. I am what I am. I follow my own nature, feel the sun on my scales, wind in my feathers, and savoury flesh of prey on my tongue. We're children of the sun and earth. We know our place. There we go. The last of the visions fade away, and the golden mind song of the vast floating being flows into you. To expand the aspirant's mental perspective, all lessons, all truths, are like the great blue, possessing an apparent surface, but also harbouring vast and secret depths. Most are satisfied with the surface, few dive beneath to discover the substance, and fewer still plumb the depths to find the strands which weave reality. But such is the way of all who are truly wise. While they may move within one school, they are never truly of them, and ideas are to them challenges and inspirations, not shackles or walls. To acknowledge the truth carried by others, but also to see their weaknesses, to see all sides of the gem of truth, and not fall in love with merely one of its facets. Such is wisdom. Tenderly stating a final judgment, this place is not your home. You are bound for wider horizons. To express the kinship which exceeds all boundaries of people and mind, may you be blessed. The way ahead is revealed, and you have graduated. Wow. This is the lair of an elder. Only in your dreams have you visited such a place. Darktooth's ample essence flows in every stone, cranny, and drop of water. Artifacts of many shapes and colours, some beyond your ability to comprehend, are meticulously arranged in many compartments. Sky claws of the Night Clan fly gracefully to and fro, whispering secrets to their master, and water continuously blesses the huge drac, known to many as the Wise One. As you emerge from the submerged passageway, Darktooth eyes you indulgently, welcoming you with a slight inclination of its head and a relaxed half sweep of its tail. The lesson is concluded. To enter, one must admit that one is not wise. One cannot truly learn unless one embraces one's own limited nature. One then learns the high story of the drac. Few indeed are we who remember the other war and the firefall. Some things should not be forgotten, and so I constructed the maze of what was, to pass on what has gone before. Yet, be not a slave to the past which is gone, the present alone is immortal. If one focuses on what was, as if it were what is, one will be trapped, unable to find a way forward. Until the last darkness and silence, there is always hope, both the dragon and the others, and all beings can change. Remember this. After the first test, one descends into the maze of philosophy, where one encounters 4 instructors, each a different way. In the school of knowledge, one learns that memory and facts have potential to forge a new way, but one must be wise enough to see its flaws. Information without growth or application is meaningless. The materialism taught by the school of wealth is indeed conducive to acquiring matter, but chasing after wealth and security can easily become a trap. One will never have all things or be perfectly safe. Learning to acquire without learning, to let go, leads only to pain and fear. Perhaps one would be tempted to join the school of faith, to worship their deity and ascribe to their beliefs. Those beliefs, however, are rooted not in truth, but on the desire for acceptance and order, based on the past, which has truly never been. Such is not the way of the dragon. And the school of emptiness, the instructor was correct in teaching that all judgments are relative, but many of the concepts we use to label ourselves and others are not real. But while it may be tempting to fall into nihilism, remember that one is alive, and every act of destruction and creation wrought by you changes the one song. You are at once large and small, beautiful and ugly, wise and ignorant. Embrace the paradox, live. And at the final gate, one graduates by refusing to be trapped by any single perspective. 4 times one must reject them, understanding that while all 4 instructors were intelligent, they were not truly wise. Never confuse intelligence for wisdom. Wisdom is neither a knowing nor a finding, but rather a seeking. This is the essence of the great lesson I have prepared for a young kin. Look beneath life's surfaces, deep truth, that which connects, not that which separates. Through my growing understanding of the One Song, I have created artifacts which use the laws of reality to achieve ends thought to be impossible. I can imbue my mind song with the power of earth and sun. And yet, though some say that I am wise because of such things, I believe that if I am wise, it's because I have not given up the search for even deeper truths, and am careful to remind myself that I am imperfect, and that there are infinite things that I've yet to discover. Answers can become cages. Learn instead to love questions. Certainty can become ignorance. Learn instead to embrace uncertainty, to cherish it like a treasure. Such is my lesson to a young kin. and such is my lesson to you, my creation. Oh wow, Darktooth blinks slowly, waiting. Okay, so he's our father? So that is a big reveal. We have graduated from the school, and it turns out that it was all Darktooth's creation, and he is a great elder. He's kind of revealed his true colours to us. So we're going to investigate even more in the next episode. This is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.